Hey there, Broncos country. It's Anthony, your East Coast Bronco, and I have this quick little clip here for you guys discussing the big matchup between the Colts and the Chiefs. Evan starts here by saying the Chiefs have a 27% chance at making the playoffs with a loss. We'll go into that in a minute, and a few other things.
They would still have a 27% chance of making the playoffs.
Thank God we've got the little guy.
Yeah, but here's the thing with that.
Call, Vance. Good
that
call.
that change is so quick week to week. That flip flop. So, all of a sudden the Ravens go on a run and then you lose one more. I mean, so I'm not looking at the odds right now, but they have to at least get to 10 wins.
So here's my question for everybody out there. It's been tossed around this week, so let's bring it home here. In order for the Broncos to finish higher with a higher seed than the Colts, they have to get a game clear of them. They can't end up tied because Indy would hold the tiebreaker.
Correct.
So, with the Colts playing the Chiefs this weekend, are we rooting for the Colts to further extend the Chiefs' misery, or do we want, for the short term, the Chiefs to help us out and beat the Colts? What say you, Stoke?
100% Colts. I don't want to see the Chiefs. That's when the Chiefs are at their best in the playoffs. So I want to keep them out of the playoffs. I know Sean said last.
Alrighty, guys. You kind of heard it there. You hear Stokes say that he doesn't want the Chiefs in the playoffs, and I would kind of agree with that too. But let's get to the 27% chance that Evans had brought up, and he's right, but he's right currently. Right now, if we take a look at I love this website here, playoffstatus.com. I use it every year. Helps me definitely keep track of these scenarios that we watch so closely. So right here, you see the Chiefs' chances if they were best case scenario and worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, Colts beat the Chiefs, and of course Jaguars beat the Cardinals. So Jaguars have a key matchup win over the Chiefs, so that makes sense. You see this worst case scenario, they move down to a 17% chance to make the playoffs as a wild card. If it's the best case scenario, the Cardinals would have to beat the Jaguars. It would be a 37% chance to make the playoffs. Currently, they're at that 27-28% that Evans was talking about. That's this box here, right? But I think the biggest thing that we really need to discuss is how many tiebreakers or lack of tiebreakers the Chiefs own. They are chasing. Figure out how to use this here. They're chasing teams that they lost to, like Jacksonville. They're also chasing another loss that they had against another wild card team, the Chargers. So it's very mucky for them, even if they got to that 5 wins, which was what I was going to show you here. We go back to that page. Even if they went 5-2 to finish their season, Chiefs, where are we at? Where are we at, Chiefs? I must be on the Chiefs page now because, oh, there we go. So, if you look, they're currently 9th in the AFC. Contending with the Texans, Jaguars, and I'd say Bills and Chargers, right? So with losses against those teams above them, it becomes very hard for them to own any tiebreakers, which means they're probably more likely, I would say, especially with how the schedule checks out, they would need 6 wins instead of 5. The Chiefs would have to go 6-1. Probably to make the playoffs. Where can I show you that? Chiefs what if. All right. And in this what if, you see here, if they win 0 of 7 or 7 of 7, how it affects the odds. If they win 5 out of 7, they have a 63% chance of making the playoffs. Which is, so 37% of the time they don't. If they win 6 out of 7, their odds go up to 97% chance to make the playoffs. And they also have a chance to make the 3 seed, which means that they would win the division, which seems highly unlikely. And the division is definitely out of contention if they lose against the Colts for sure. And with that being said, we'll go look at the Colts schedule, because that shakes out and changes things. Oh, I thought I had that loaded for you guys. And the thing I wanted to bring up with the Colts schedule is they still have 4 divisional matchups, and they're against potential, potential playoff teams. And I definitely think that the Texans matchups are very bad for the Colts. If the Texans have a killer defense, they're able to stop the run, like I think they can. I don't see that Colts offense being so dominant. So, there could be some easy losses for the Colts on the schedule, which means it's a plus for us, because we could have the Colts win against Kansas City and then the Colts win or drop a few games. So you look at the remaining matchups for the Colts, we have Texans, Jaguars, Seahawks, which is a playoff team, 49ers, potential playoff team. They're all playoff teams, essentially. It's going to be a brutal finish to the end for the Colts, which essentially just leaves the Patriots for the Broncos to get the number 1 seed. It's a wonderful time to be a Denver Bronco. It seems like this AFC bottom part of the AFC is just going to brutalize each other at the very end. So we have a good spot to watch. It's going to be great. Thank you for watching, clicking. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Have a great day.